Making more money might actually be making you poorer. And the scary part? You probably won't notice it happening. Every time your salary goes up, your lifestyle quietly goes up with it. Bigger house, better car, more subscriptions, more convenience. Until one day, you're making more money than ever, but you have less freedom than ever. So how does that happen? And how do you stop it before your next raise disappears too? Think about what happens when you start earning more. At $40,000 a year, you learn to live a certain way. You compare prices, you cook more, you think twice before spending. Then suddenly, you make $60,000. And something changes. Not just your bank account, your definition of normal. The apartment that once felt expensive suddenly feels too small. The old car starts feeling embarrassing. Eating out becomes normal. Delivery becomes convenient. And spending $30 doesn't feel like spending $30 anymore. Because now, you're thinking about what you can afford, not what you actually need. Then you get another raise. Maybe now you're making $80,000, and you think, finally, I've made it. But instead of becoming financially free, your expenses rise with your income. A better apartment, a newer car, more travel, more expensive restaurants, more subscriptions, more things that make life comfortable. And slowly, your new lifestyle becomes something you can't imagine giving up. That's the trap. Because your income increased, but so did your financial obligations. And now you don't just need your paycheck to live, you need your paycheck to maintain the life you've created. That's a very different kind of freedom. Imagine two people. Both make $100,000 a year. Person A has a modest home, a reliable car, low monthly expenses, and invests consistently. Person B has a luxury apartment, expensive car payments, subscriptions everywhere, frequent vacations, and a lifestyle that costs almost everything they earn. On paper, they're both making $100,000. But financially, they're living completely different lives. Person A might have less visible luxury, but more freedom. Person B might look richer, while being much more dependent on the next paycheck. And this is where people get confused. They think wealth means more income. But income isn't wealth. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what you keep, and what continues working after you stop working. You can make $200,000 a year and still be financially fragile. You can make $70,000 and slowly build real wealth. The difference isn't always the paycheck. It's what happens after the paycheck arrives. Here's the dangerous part. Lifestyle inflation doesn't usually feel like a bad decision. Nobody wakes up and says, "Today I'm going to destroy my financial future." Instead, it sounds like, "I work hard. I deserve this." And sometimes, you do deserve it. The problem is when every raise becomes an excuse to permanently increase your expenses. Because once an expense becomes part of your lifestyle, it's very hard to take it back. Think about a $10,000 raise. You could spend the entire thing, or you could enjoy a small part of it and use the rest to buy something far more valuable. Freedom. You could build an emergency fund, invest, pay down debt, build a business, learn a valuable skill, or simply reduce how dependent you are on your next paycheck. That money may not look exciting today, but 5 years from now, it could completely change your options. So here's the rule financially smart people understand. Don't let your lifestyle grow as fast as your income. If your income increases by $10,000, you don't need your expenses to increase by $10,000. Let your income run faster than your lifestyle. That's how the gap gets bigger. And that gap is where wealth starts. Because eventually, you want your money to give you choices. The choice to leave a job you hate. The choice to take a break. The choice to start a business. The choice to handle an emergency without panic. The choice to say no without worrying about your next paycheck. That's real financial freedom. So the next time you get a raise, don't immediately ask, "What can I buy now?" Ask, "How much freedom can this raise buy me?" Because making more money isn't automatically the goal. Keeping more of it is. And if every raise simply creates a bigger lifestyle, you didn't become richer. You just became more expensive to maintain. Subscribe Profit Explain X, because understanding money is the first step to making it work for you.